How's it going, guys? Welcome to another Gold Rush how-to. So in the last one I showed you how to set up a wavetable and a magnetite separator, which was all based in this area over here. As you can see, that has all gone, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to set up a mobile wash plant. So what I did is I took everything that we had over here, including the pump and the generator and the wavetable, etc., and took it over to the bigger side of the mine, the business end of the mine. So we're gonna go down and have a quick look over here, and I'll show you what's going on. So everything that is over here is what we already own from when we started this how-to series. So we've got basically our power splitter, some power cables, a generator, a pump, our two pipes, a pipe splitter, and this is our little wash plant area, or gold separating area, our wavetable and magnetite separator with our hoses and everything. So this is everything that we have bought up until this point. So what we need to do next is head over into town and buy what we need to make this all happen. Alrighty, coming into town, we need to make our first stop over at the machine shop, my favorite shop, because we need to buy an excavator, and there is two different excavators available. The one excavator is the big one, which is about $60,000. The other one is the small one, which is about $14,000. That is the one that we are going to buy. I would highly recommend buying the big one, though. Even if you have to dig a little bit longer with your shovel, or even take out a loan, just get the big one. The small one feels amazing coming off of a shovel, but it only feels amazing for about 10 minutes, and you're going to get frustrated and annoyed, and you're going to want the big one. So just try and get the big one right off the bat, because yeah, it's awesome. Compared to the little excavator, this thing's terrible. Right, anyway, we are going to order that, then click move to claim, and make sure to click down here, move your machines. That is $1,500. If you don't click that, you're going to get to your claim and there's going to be nothing there. So yeah, again, I recommend buying the big excavator, but for the purpose of this tutorial, we are just going to buy the small one. Right, next thing we need to do is go over to the parts shop, and we need to buy two things over here. One which is very cheap and one which is not too bad. So we need our actual mobile wash plant, which is about $5,000. We're going to add that. And the other thing we need, very simply, is a high voltage power cable. We only need one of those. Right. Order that. Make sure to remember to pick up that cable and not leave it here, because you're going to get to the claim and be very annoyed that you forgot it. So throw that in there. Next up, there's our beautiful mobile wash plant. We are going to get that connected up. And let's see how good my reversing skills are. Boom, nailed it. Alright, hook that up. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Right, so yeah, off to the claim. See you guys there. Right, we are coming into the claim, and our excavator should be over here. There it is. What a beautiful little thing. One thing to note, though, is at this point you will also need to go to the parts shop and buy yourself a diesel trailer, like a little diesel cart. That is going to be very, very important to keep your machinery filled up, like your excavator. So yeah, definitely make sure to get that. Right, we are going to park up here. We are going to unhook this. We are going to move a little pickup out of the way. And grab our cable. So let's get this thing set up. So again, this is everything that we had from the previous episode. So that is our pipe with a filter on it. So that's going to go into the in. So it seems like we are a long way away from the water, and we are. And the pipe isn't really going to make it, but it can make it. So that's where it sort of ripped out of my hand. But a neat trick here is hold the coil button in, stand still, hold the coil button, and that will actually stretch the pipe quite a bit. And you can actually get a huge distance out of these pipes if you do that. So there we go. I didn't even have to stretch it that much, and that got us a good distance over there. So that really does help. to do that, to stretch the pipes out. So always keep that in mind. And next one we won't really need to stretch, because this we're just going to bring down and drop it somewhere around there. We are going to take our water splitter and put it down there. We'll take that hose, stick that in there. We have got our normal small hoses over here, so that is going to go into there. Pipe number 2 is going to go into there, so pretty much exactly the same as we had it previously. Pipe number 3, which used to go into our hog pan, is now going to go into our mobile wash plant right over there. Fantastic. Next thing is going to be power. We need a little power splitter, which we already bought previously. So this we will put down here as well, just to try and keep everything kind of neat and tidy. So we'll plug the first one into there and run it into, not under the ground, run it into there. Power cable number 2 we will run into there. Then the cable that we just bought, we will run into the generator over there, and the one that we already had, the thicker cable, we will connect up to there and run it down into our plant over there. Beautiful. Right, so let's start these babies up and see if everything works. So all of these sort of gauges and things up here is gallons per minute and all of that. That will only be there if you have got the pressure system turned on in the settings. So then you have to keep an eye on that to make sure that you're not overloading pumps and generators and things like that. It can be turned off in the settings if you don't want to deal with all of that, but I kind of like it, so I just left it on. Right, so we're going to start up the pump, and that is green, which means we have got water. And we're going to start that one. That goes green, which means we have got power, which is great. And that is green, and that is green on the plant, which means there should be water over here, which is great. And let's turn that on. And that is working. That is actually working perfectly, which is fantastic. So that'll tell you it's using 200 power and 16 gallons per minute, which is fantastic. And the next thing you're going to do is you're going to grab a bucket. I really need to buy some buckets, but you're going to stick a bucket there. And now you want to grab your excavator, and I'll show you what to do then. Right, so now that you've got your excavator in position, and I will tell you they are very, very slow, we want to start our system back up again. We have got our bucket in there. We're going to turn our machine on. And the way I position the excavator, and this is a personal preference, is basically so the bucket is fully extended and fits over the wash plant perfectly with the bucket fully extended. So this just makes digging pretty quick. The negative side of the smaller excavator as well is obviously with a shorter boom you can't dig that deep. So again, another reason to get the bigger excavator instead. So yeah, basically now you're just gonna sit here. We found a nugget. You're gonna sit here and sort of dig out and go as quick as you can, basically. With the big excavator you will be able to fill this thing pretty quickly, and it does actually work pretty well when you've made a bit of money using the system to buy a second mobile wash plant and put them next to each other. Because with the big excavator, like I say, you will fill that thing up pretty quickly, and you'll be sitting waiting around for it to drain through quite a lot. So having two of them is very handy, and also I recommend having a lot of buckets. I like to fill about 10 to 20 buckets of dirt with the system before I do a clean out. So as you can see, we've got 18% in the bucket at the moment, 19%, so it doesn't go up very quickly. Obviously with the bigger excavator, again, that will increase quite a bit speed wise. So yeah, I would fill up around 10 buckets before I do a clean out, but for the sake of the tutorial again, we are going to shut that down. We are going to let that last little bit run through the system. And what you need to do is turn off the system, because if you try and run this with your wash area over here, then it'll just stop, and you'll need to turn something off. So we are going to start that up, do the separation process, and there we go. We've got some magnetite. Start this up, and let's see if we've got any gold. So we're on 28.2 ounces, 29. Beautiful. We're getting gold. There we go. So we found 1.2 ounces of gold in that short amount of time. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how to run a mobile wash plant. Like I say, it is very possible, especially with the big excavator, to run 2 of these. Obviously, you'll need 2 generators to do that, and 2 pumps as well. Because, yeah, one won't do it. One pump might actually run it, but you'll need to test that. I'm not 100% sure. But this is the basic setup. And we'll keep it pretty basic for the purpose of the tutorial. But you can definitely play around with it a little bit and change up the system as you like, as you prefer it to be. But that is going to be it for today, guys. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you found it helpful. If you did, make sure to smash that like button and maybe even consider checking out my other content. But thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time.